in just a minute, fellas. Gotta make sure everything's good here. Okay, welcome to the show this morning, or this afternoon, I should say. We're gonna look at case study number 3. In fact, what I better do is title it that instead of Player Supreme. Let's see. Case study number 3. The brother writes, long story short, it's a Tinder girl, but this one has personality and is fun to be around. So she has some personality and she's fun to be around. First date was a coffee date. I fit her in that night between work and dinner plans with friends. I told her I have 1.5 hours in between. Take it if you want it. I actually don't like what he told her. That's not the way I roll in my game. I would say something that rude to her. Look, you only got 1.5 hours. Plus, I don't use 0.5. Can you imagine saying that to a chick? Women are emotional. And us males, we tend to be more logical. He's coming off like a logical, really left brain kind of person instead of adapting. She did, and we got along well. She was wearing short skirt and her boobs were popping out. Now, the date, I guess, went well, but he writes 5 days later. 5 days later, he's doing that PUA thing. Instead of sealing the deal, closing the deal, getting the pussy right away, PUAs, they do that whole stretchy shit. Way out into the future sometime, you get the pussy. You wait. You're supposed to build in anticipation. She's got other dates. Sometimes they even forget about you. Oh, yeah, I forgot. You're the guy that has been on so many dates. You got to seal that date, that female down as quickly as possible, fellas. Okay? If date went well, invite her over to your place for dinner next time or something. But 5 days later, I proposed drinks, he writes. Whoop-dee. She couldn't make it, or she couldn't that night because she already made plans with her friends. No, other dates. Friends, other dates. But countered with 3 days later. So 3 days. Now she's pushing it back 3 days. You snooze, you lose. I chose one of them. We met at the bar. She showed up 15 minutes early with heels like I told her to and with this very sexy dress. That part I liked. I also like the part, first date was a coffee date. I like that as well, that he did. Those are 2 good things. He told her how to dress and he told the first day was a coffee date. The whole stretchy shit, not trying to seal the deal. They must have shook hands at the end of that date. Yeah, he didn't get none. He didn't try to escalate. When you don't escalate, by the way, you come off as lacking balls. You come off as lacking masculinity, trying to be some gentleman dude when she's out to get laid. Convo was smooth. She even was adamant to pay her share. I brought her over to my place afterwards. I like that. Did Keno, and she didn't pull back. Talked some more at my place, but when I went for the kiss, she backs out and says, I just can't kiss someone I don't know very well. There is a time and a place to go in for the kiss. I'm going to give you guys a tool to segue into sex, talk of sex and all that I shared with you guys before. You probably forgot about it. Didn't realize its importance in the fucking game. You can tell when it's time to kiss because the conversation, your voices get lower. Her voice gets lower. She starts looking at your lips. You're looking at her lips. Okay? You could tell. You could feel it. If you fucking pay attention and plug into your fucking emotional area. What do they call it? Emotional intelligence? Or some... You know, when I first heard that term, actually, my buddy Craig gave me a whole... When we first started hanging out together, gave me this whole cassette tapes and books program on emotional intelligence. I threw the shit back at him. No, physically threw the shit at him. So I'm no bitch. Now I understand the importance of emotional intelligence. Because I use it. I didn't realize I use it. I use my ability to empathize and feel with women to my benefit as a tool. So the way to segue is my animal color water game. There should be a copy of it within my channel. Just search for it. Okay. After you ask the last one, which is the sexual part, tells about the sexual, you always want to make a joke about it. Find something to laugh at. Pick something, she said like, one girl said her favorite body of water was a babbling brook. And so that means you're going to babble when we have sex? The whole time? The female actually ended up babbling the whole time? She didn't shut up once? She was so nervous? So it was true. But especially if you do that game in your house, it's a perfect time to look at her lips and you lower your eyes a little bit. Look at her lips. Some guys like to, lick the lips a little bit and bite it. That draws attention to the lips. Okay? You look at her, your voice slows down a little bit. As I'm teaching one of my clients, you want to learn to talk from your balls. You notice how my voice changed? Yeah. When you talk from your balls, your voice changes. And your attitude changes. Your whole energy changes. Once you get into that sexual state, then she will follow after you. And you're thinking about kissing her. Actually, no, she's thinking about it. But the best way that he could have handled that, as I come out of that state, the moment you bring it to your place, she comes to your place, you grab her by the hand. Let me show you around. This is a little thing you can do. Show her the kitchen. Okay, now come over here. If she hasn't seen the living room, if it's off in the corner, something. This is my living room. Okay, come back here. This is my bed, my bathroom. When you get to the bedroom, pull her into you and kiss her. He could avoid all the waste of time. Because that kissing would have started the whole makeout session. Pick her up, put her on the bed. You white guys, you love to pick girls up in the clubs. Pick her up right there. I like to toss them on the bed. And then jump on the bed after them. It's fun. But I'm too weak to toss a girl. Then get your arms grown. Full grown man arms. Instead of twigs. I need to feel like it's going, she said, like it's going somewhere first. So he didn't sell her. He gave her that whole distant, aloof thing, which is okay, but you also want to be more aggressive. Okay? It's going somewhere first. And she's a Tinder chick? Shit. Tinder is about fucking it, hooking up. I answered, I understand then, and said, I have to go to bed now. Goodbye. This guy's like a fucking robot. This guy's like a nerd. Nerds have no emotional empathy to women. And if you are one of these people that respond like that, you really need to wake up. No wonder why you're struggling in the game. And no wonder why this guy is struggling in the game. Now, he's doing well at getting dates. He can't seal the shit with this type of female. She needs to feel that there is some potential there, which he hasn't shown. She needs to be jumping through his hoops instead of him jumping through her hoops as well. Or actually, him not doing anything. When she presents a hoop, he doesn't do anything. So fuck it, I'm doing my own thing. Or I'm not going to do shit. It's in there. It should have been under his control from the get-go. And if it does go to that, then you want to schmooze her. You want to game her. But he's one of those, obviously, Caucasian male who's been programmed with that high moral thing. I can't do that. That would be basically dishonest. She's being dishonest. Wearing those push-up bras. You notice the titties all popping out? Those aren't the way her tits really look. He's also being dishonest about, I didn't feel like this going somewhere. If he did the right shit, he would have been fucking her. That would never have came out of her mouth. She knows she would have bent to the right male. Women know that. If you're on my forum, you remember the show I did where I interviewed one of my single clients about that, she makes over $100,000 a year. She's in that situation where someone was talking about, well, the girl makes more than I do in this they show. And she runs the males that feel like that all the time. Anyway, she said, explained there are some guys you put on the dating track, some guys you bone right away. You want to be the one they bone right away. Others you put on the save for dating and pimp them out. I have to go to bed now. Goodbye. I don't like that part. I would never say that. I understand. I have to go to bed now. Goodbye. Like, what the fuck? I feel sorry for any woman that ever dates a man like this. I'm sure he'll find a chick that will tolerate that robotic kind of personality, and because he has a high income, so she'll put up with it. And, get married to him or seduce him trick him into or whatever, however you want to put out women, get guys to give them the big commitment. He writes, when she got back home, she sends me a text thanking me for a great night. That's to pimp his mind out. Keep it still, he still has some potential there. She can work with it. She can, later on start criticizing him for his behavior mannerisms that obviously any female wouldn't want to put up with. There's potential there, probably because he has a decent income or something like that. If he has his own home, then he's also considered a high target. Women think about these things now because they're looking to the future, okay? They're looking at your marriage and also childbearing and father material. Do you have good genetics? She also said how much fun it was and wishing me a great day at work with smiley faces. Some chicks are good with that. And guys, they don't see that it's just a tool to them. They do it to all the guys. Especially use those emoticons. I learned that back when I first started internet dating and talking to women. They send out little smiley faces and all they use the emoticons. I use them every now and then. Sorry if I've used them on you males. Like I think one time I just sent a smiley face back in response to someone's email to me. He writes, am I wasting my time with this chick? 2 dates in and not even a makeout session, which should have happened the first time. That would have told her whether or not she's that type of female, or that would also correct his course in the game. So obviously he did not establish the right kind of rapport. He did not build himself up in her mind over that first date. The basic traction is there. She went out on a date with him, so that's already there. You cannot create attraction if there's no attraction there. But when the attraction's there, you can build it. You can add flame to it to make it hotter over that date. That's where you do the magic. I can only imagine how long before a lay session. Should I cut my losses or try one more time? She keeps wearing sexy attire, making me think she isn't conservative, yet acts conservative when it's time to get physical. She's doing the conservative act so that he respects her. That's all a trick the women do. Okay? I don't deal with women like that. If they're going to do that kind of act, try that kind of act on me, she's the type that would withhold sex to get something. Okay? Like she's withholding sex because she wants to feel like she knows, but that's his fault for not establishing the rapport. A real player would have had them panties down. But obviously the brother is learning. And if you look at his use of wordage, he's very robotic in person. She's letting it go because he paid for the dates. No, she actually paid the second time, but he's a decent catch, obviously. She's one that she can work with along with the others that she's working on. Never think that a woman is not seeing other guys or having other dates. Okay? Don't think she's sitting at home all by herself, waiting for you to call. Those 5 days that you're going to be building up, what did they say? Building up attraction. God, nerds are the dumbest at dating when they develop that PUA shit. You shouldn't call for 10 days or 2 weeks to build attraction. She don't forgot your punk ass by then. You met her at a club, you call her 10 days later, huh? Who? Aries comment, this is where he fucked up. She told him how to get her comfortable, but he wasn't listening. She wanted some reassurance that this thing she has with him has the potential to go somewhere. Yes, I agree. There are no wrong answers here. It takes a lot of trust for a woman to go to a man's place alone. And she took a chance doing that. He could have been a serial killer. Women take a chance when they go back to your place. In case you guys didn't know that. They take a big chance. So think about it. If she took that chance and she's not boning, it's because of you. You not do the right things when she got in your house. Or when you went back to her place, because she also takes a big chance. Even with the roommate, she risked the roommate's life bringing you home. 66%, no racial. 66% of all rapes are committed by white males. 33% by black males. So if you're a white guy, like this guy is, remember 66%, according to FBI.com 2013 stats. Rape. They take a big chance. To you brothers, they're still taking a big chance. No matter what race you are. There was even an Asian rapist cop out there that just went to jail. And then another one was just caught who was Asian as well, I believe. Small percentage, but they're still taking a big chance. So obviously they must want something. They want to be swept off their feet. They want to be able to blame you, blame destiny. Imagine she's got to talk to her friends about the date. Because she don't tell her friends, by the way, because of the high amount of rapage going on out there. They got to tell their friends where they're going because it's not safe. Don't think she didn't text her friends, where she was. It's so sad for women out there. First, they got to deal with these fucking nice guys, these geeks, these goobs, these hoe chasers. And then they got to fucking worry about the rapist and the fucking serial killers. It's a wonder anybody ever gets laid out there. And serial killers often find themselves online looking for answers, as well as rapists. So because of that, women struggle. So, yeah. She texted her friend, and she still went back. So she wants something. Sex. But she wants it to be your fault. She don't want to feel like a slut when she tells her friend, oh, it just happened. I don't know. I guess it was just meant to be. That's how they justify it. This type of girl. Freaks? Shit. Nah. You'll get in bed with them, they'll show you some tricks. Again, that's why I recommend going for the freaks. And this guy didn't give it to her. Exactly. So he says, a lot of trust, go back to man's place. So based on that, I believe she was at least open to hooking up. Yes. But once again, she wanted reassurance. Exactly, Aries. And this guy didn't give it to her. So he got none. Exactly. This is obviously a man with limited experience with women and who's a bit insecure. The bitch went on 2 dates with him and came back to the spot alone. Yet he's still wondering if the bitch is digging him. Shaking my head. Regaining power. Says, okay, he got her comfortable enough to come over to his place, so she at least trusted him somewhat. However, he failed to sell the potential of the relationship, which is why he got asked out. Chris James. She wanted some affection. She came equipped in heels and a sexy dress, marketing herself to him basically. What's more is she did this because he asked her to. That's a bona fide sign of romantic/sexual interest. That's actually a sign of a woman that knows how to please a man. I mean, damn. Can you imagine how the sex will be with her? Because she's on a mission to make sure it's good. Yeah. She wants to be on the team. Hello, McFly. Tiggy. The girl wanted to do it. She only wanted to trust him that it could lead to something. Everybody's picking up on that. He was too caught up thinking because she dresses up non-conservative. She is just going to do it without paying attention to her words. Basically, she was waiting for him to initiate, and he broke. Okay, I got to go to sleep now. Goodbye. Even though I get the feeling she wants to play him. She got him thinking all this while probably she is fucking someone else after that. Probably. Remember, she's on Tinder. She's looking for a player. Hold on a second, fellas. Put some scrambled egg in that stir fry. So that's case number 3. And let me go to the current comments on this show. You Jelly Sub Supreme, I tried to email you last time I talked to you. For some reasons, that's not. Use playersupreme@gmail.com. My bad. That one should actually work. But that's I never go to the file server. My admin, he handles the files for ZenMac. So I didn't even go look for, I don't even access that. You Jelly Bro Supreme, I also sent a message on Facebook. Okay, I'll go to the Facebook then. Remember, I don't go to that account anymore because I don't think about it. The Facebook group is closed. Tracy Jackson, hey, Supreme. Remember I said about that girl I went on a date and she kissed me on the cheek? Well, when she walked to get on her bus, you're in high school. Tracy, you're in high school, aren't you? I can't talk to you, Tracy. I think you're underage. She said to me, Suicide Squad, meaning she wanted to go see it with me because she was hinting that we should go to see it. Good. Go on a date with her, Tracy. That'd be nice. Take her out to a movie. Okay? She will, no, hold on. And she'll check her rota at work. Oh, she works. Okay. Okay. My bad. To let me know when she's free. Well, I waited 2 days. You should have called her, which was yesterday, to text her because I was busy. You're never too busy. Why you use that excuse on me? Rise? Yeah, your name is Rise. Why did you use that excuse on me? Why do you guys use that excuse in this whole fucked up community? I was busy. No, you're not. with 24 hours a day? No, you weren't. And I text her saying, let me know when you're free so we can go watch Suicide Squad. She hasn't replied back yet. She did say she was going back to her hometown for her brother's birthday, and she hasn't texted me back. Maybe that's where she is. Still kind of rude of her not to text you back. Yes, you jelly. That's the correct email address. I'll go check it. I check it about once a week. If she doesn't reply, I'm going to leave it and just move on. If you go to my my blog, theplayersupremeshow.info, hit the contact me. It'll get to me much faster. Okay, let's see. If she doesn't reply, I'm going to leave it and just move on. The ball's in her court. I've got another girl that I'm going to start on. You should be doing it at the same time. Remember, this is a player's channel, okay? We're all about playing. KR, what's up, Player Supreme? Nothing much, KR. Why the hell aren't you trying to get in the female's mind and ear by making phone calls to this texting shit at Tracy? I think he's in Europe. I think that's why they're usually. They have a real expensive phone call system or something like that. Yeah. I've lost more weight. Another 2 pounds. Time to start pumping iron. Extra hard. Any more comments or questions before I leave? Okay, let me go over the current comments. Let's see. Reason why it's taking so long is I got to pull up another tab, and then I go to YouTube. I do the whole process all over because I don't want to lose the tabs I have that are open. I put up a video last night of me at Burning Man. I wanted you guys to study my face, my eyes, my smile, so you can get a level of my confidence level. Because I was talking to a girl in that video. The question I was asked was, you know, how to describe a good kiss. Kiara says, I'm going to join your forum soon so I can chop it up with other players. Good. We need more players on the forum to chop shit up. Kiara says, right now I still live with my girlfriend. Oh. When things cease with us, then I'll date other women. Also, I don't want that drama. I'll admit I want to pursue new women. Well, in a few weeks, I'm moving out anyway. Oh, you are? Okay. Also, I watch your channel because it's informative. I love hearing about the game. There's not too many people in the dating sector talks about getting into shape, dressing well, have confidence, and not to hoe chase. Those other guys don't teach you this. They expect you to look like they expect you to look like, damn it, don't you do it, and get hot chicks. It doesn't work that way. I like to expand my about Black history. So your channel brings a lot to the table. That's why I listen to you. Thank you for that comment, KR. Pack, P-A-K. I always want to go to Burning Man. I suggest everybody try Burning Man at least once in life. There are videos on YouTube that people upload from Burning Man. It's interesting. If you're a minority, you'll be a minority there. Because it's 99%, Caucasian folks. But it's very interesting. It's like Caucasian folks go back to their tribal caveman roots sometimes. I see them, went into one tent, they're all laying in a pile practically, as if they were in a cave or something. At the very back of that pile, in fact, one of my videos I looked at last night on this channel, there was actually a biracial brother back there laying in the pile too. some white bitch was talking to me, and I made a comment in my video. Look at my face. Look how interested I am. Actually interested in her. I'm chewing gum with no interest. And then there was another video where this bitch kept touching her titties to my boy Craig. She was giving all kind of signals. She was there with her husband. They were swingers. And she was like stroking her. She had a little bitty titties. She had a leather thing on and cut out so you see the skin. And she was just stroking them, touching herself. At Burning Man, the first time I went, I pulled these two school teachers back to our RV because the TV station provided us an RV. We saw them once after that. They lived in San Francisco. They were actually school teachers at Burning Man. Ah, that's cold. KR. I learned in the past about having friends with benefits relationships. They don't last long and don't get attached to them. Always keep your heart in check. Just enjoy the ride. I agree, KR. Michael, the problem with the nice guy thing is that it's a nervous act, whether it's around people or women. The nice guy seeks validation to get praise of people who, when really it opens, damn, you really got into that whole nice guy information thing. And that's all you see the world through is the nice guy thing, huh, Michael? Okay, if it worked for you and got you out of it, that's good, man. Brofist. That guy that asked, do women like nerds? Lost my respect. Nerds are weak males, aka weak leaders that shouldn't be allowed to breed, just like gays. Palm 9. Supreme, I'm a little depressed over a girl. This helped. Glad it helped, Palm 9. Fan. Matthew Thomas. Player, what's the best life advice you wish someone had given you when you're 19? Don't date women with kids. And I actually got that from my mom. I wish someone said you could accomplish anything, but I wish I actually had actually listened to that advice. As I announced on my forum, I'm down to the last $800 after 48 grand. I'm found as of Monday, it'll be down to $800. I'm paying another $200 payment. Yeah. I wanted kids, but I also wanted to choose the mother of my kids, and that choice was taken away from me because she decided to stop taking the birth control pill. I wanted to, I was a nerd. I was a geek back then. I said, I wanted to choose a taller girl, so my son's height would be tall. Like my son Christopher was supposed to be about 6'4". Because of her gene, it kicked in. He stopped at 5'11". My son Tracy, he's 5'9". I wanted my sons to be taller than I was and all that. Because I was hung up on that shit back then. Remember I told you guys I had height issues? I can have height issues. Remember how tall my little brother was? That's why. Rowing man. Can a real man turn a lesbian woman into a straight woman? No, I don't think so. Just like you can't turn a gay man. Just a minute. Just put it right there. Did you put egg in there? Scrambled egg? Put some goddamn scrambled egg in there. What the hell's wrong with you? Trying to serve me a plate of shit. Stir fry with no scrambled egg in it. What the fuck's wrong with you?
It's not chicken. It's not fried rice.
Yeah, I know. That's right. You're right. It was rice. Never mind. I'll eat it. Better be good.
You're thinking of fried rice.
Yeah, I was. Thank you for correcting me. That was your brother.
Oh.
He's mowing the lawns. Sorry about that. Let's see. XC. I think I'm going bald. Should I shave my head? I already spoke to him. If you think you're going bald, use some Rogaine. I left a link to that. David Condi. 6 foot tall is not actually that tall, guys. I know. Thank you. It actually looks average considering looking at my friend. Frank Rubin is tall enough. Yeah, it is. Most men on the street are shorter than that. But it's not extraordinarily tall. It doesn't stand out. Like 6'4". I always wanted to be 6'4". I read the Jack Reacher novels. I actually listen to them too. I used to read them. Now my eyes are bad. I listen to them. And the way that the guy that does the reading, 6'5", reminds me of my dad always saying, your brother's 6'8". Remember that, Jovina? You got to speak up so they can hear. You got to say it louder.
I remember that.
Okay. As I told you guys, every time I went over there, what did my dad say?
Your brother was 6'8".
He had dementia. I had to listen to that for shit. Every time, like as if I wasn't tall enough. Well, gee, Dad. My dad was 6'2", and as he shrunk, I could finally look him eye in eye because I was almost 6'1". I just didn't feel like I measured up for the family genes. It's even tall enough for a lot of women who are 6 feet and taller, Frank Rubin says. When women say they want a tall man, there's usually a limit. A 7-foot guy is no better than a 6'1" unless he's a pro athlete. And guess what the main selling point there is? David Conde. So you can see how women are chasing the top 20% of men, he says. Frank says logistically impossible depending on how you look at it. That's MRA, MGTOW, PUA shit. That's where David has been going. He's been listening to those jackasses. And it's going to fuck his mind up and take him even deeper in negativity. I just finished a training I'm going to give to you guys for free on negative mindset. How bad it is. People with negative mindset, they always find each other. Like drug addicts, they always find each other and hang out. I'm glad Frank recognized David Conde's thought process because he was asking about MGTOW. So obviously he's been watching their videos. Women may desire the top 20%, but won't and can't get that. Exactly. They settle. Yes, they may slather over a guy that's 6'5", look like Rock Newton. That's an old school football player. But you don't see that. They know they can't get that. They got to be in the top 1% of females. And they're not. So they know that. So they go with what's available. Can you guys finally get that? Somehow you guys have blinders on when you out in the real world. You don't see normal people. Start looking around you. When you go, put your glasses on, put your bifocals on, and pay attention to people around you. Oh yeah, he's ugly. God, he's got an okay looking girlfriend. I never noticed that. Start paying attention to real life. So they got that from some online dating study and they perceived the data wrong. They took bad information, basically, really, and they also interpreted it wrong. Women may desire the top 20%, but most won't and can't get that. On the other hand, with good outer and inner game, we can be part of the 20%, he says, but we can be part of what they select or settle for. They know they can't have Brad Pitt. They know that. Yes, they slather over him. Yes, they do. I'm sure Jovina slathers over some actor dude. Does it hurt me? No. She ain't getting that. But seriously, come on. Books for a Better Life. Wow, I haven't seen this one before. I've been watching you for a long time. You should reshare this with the audience. And it's an one. This is from probably the original. Remember, this is not the original channel. I had this channel open for an entire year while the first channel was on blacklist. See, I've been blacklisted several times over there. And that's why, with all the copyrighted material, that's why they terminated that channel. This is my backup channel. That's why it's really under ZenMac Forums. If you look at the actual address, it comes up ZenMac Forums, not the Real Men's channel. Jordan Sosa, really like the show. Thank you, Jordan, or Jordy. Books for Life. You look 26, 28 at most there. That's why I was dating girls a lot younger. Because, it was after that bad breakup. Because sometimes a player, we get a bad breakup. I'm going to eat my lunch before it gets cold, but I'm not going to eat in front of you guys. It was stressful for me, too. Let's put it that way. I had the perfect chick. She was a makeup artist. She had her fucking implants. I don't like implants. She was stacked. She knew how to she knew how to look to turn heads. Plus, I had absolute control. I didn't like losing my little control fuck. She's the one that had 5 nuts with my dick up her ass. Gotta keep that quiet. Sex was easy. She came over at 2 in the morning, gave me head. Click, 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 click. The heels left. She went home. I had it made. But no. This Mexican chick that worked in the hairdresser that worked in my office complex ratted me out. I fucked her. I was trying to get her fuck my boy Craig, but I fucked her myself. We even videotaped the shit. But whatever. Wildhood. I didn't have a childhood, but I did have a wildhood in my adult age. So that's it in the comments. I got to get something to eat, fellas. Peace.